All righty, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk a little wrestling there, right here on the new Wrestling Jesus channel, folks. It's always exciting. Day one, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to year one, year two, year three on this channel, folks. And I'm not here to hurt anybody by making this comeback or closing pages. It's because I'm an eccentric, folks. But it's time to take some medication there. It's time to stay on YouTube for life. No, but seriously, folks, I'm in the zone there. I close my YouTube. I'm uploading full time on Facebook. It's just a matter of not being insane and staying on the right track, but that's not always easy, folks, but it needs to be done, god dang it. But now, let's get into this wrestling talk. Why AEW is no good, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get personal with this one, folks. Why do I personally can't stand AEW right off the bat there? It's the shitty attitude when they came on the scene of hating the superior company. You know what I mean? Yes, wrestling, it's always been a shady business. WWE has done shady stuff, but that was in the past. You know what I mean? And a lot of shady stuff is either exaggerated or it's bitter wrestlers, constantly trying to look like victims. In interviews over the years, people take the bitter opinions as facts constantly. You know what I mean? But AEW shows up with a clean record because they're a brand fucking new company. You know what I mean? Pointing fingers at WWE. Everything bad that they do, we're gonna do the opposite. Y'all claim that WWE is racist online or whatever. We're gonna go along with that and we're gonna claim to be diverse. Even though WWE is diverse as fuck or whatever, they're AEW, they make it sound like WWE's racist and they're apparently diverse or whatever. They bring in Sonny Kiss for one match to make Cody Rhodes look good. Then he's not on TV anymore. Like why is that? You know what I mean? Do you claim to be diverse to look good or is it true? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of bullshit, a lot of anti WWE propaganda. They send all their wrestlers all the time to do interviews to bash the competition or whatever. If y'all are good enough, it should be done on your own fucking merit. It shouldn't be a thing that everybody hates WWE. Meltzer hates WWE, so he says that AEW's better and WWE's evil. I don't like the fact that you have a journalist who's obviously fucking biased, telling people what to think constantly, trying to fucking ignore all the mistakes of AEW, excuse all the bad shit and always point the finger at WWE. Like, I find this fucking ridiculous. This isn't good wrestling. This is fucking Cold War style propaganda to constantly take down the opposition. You know what I mean? Where's the good wrestling? Enough with the fucking propaganda, the bullshit, doing appearances with all the fucking websites so that they're all on your side and they kiss your ass constantly. Like, It's a good business move, I guess. Get all the fucking fake journalists on our side. Try to bury the opposition or whatever. It's smart, but it's not honest. You know what I mean? And I think they're no good for using all these dishonest tactics. You know, all the wrestlers trying to be victims. It's always victim this, victim that. Just fucking put on a good show. And that's the problem. They don't put on a good show. Okay, I think WWE is superior in every way. A better in ring product. Like, you know what? The other guys, they do more. Like they say, sometimes less is more. AEW, they make the wrestling look ridiculous. The shit they do in the ring. Botchy, low budget wrestling. I'd rather have a good match, a regular wrestling match, you know. AWA, WCW, WWE, NWA, whatever. It was all normal wrestling. You know, since when is wrestling about 5'6" midgets flipping and landing on their heads? Like, is this wrestling or is it the Three Stooges? Like, personally, I think WWE's matches are a million times better. Like, oh, Dave Meltzer, he says AEW's better. Fuck Meltzer. It's his opinion and it's a fucking biased opinion. I think the WWE in-ring product way more professional and better, like straight the fuck up, you know what I mean? Storylines better in WWE. AEW hardly have any storylines. The storylines they do have, they're not even real. Like Kenny and Hangman, oh, they're in a big long term storytelling. They have 2, 3 matches and that's it. Like there's no real storytelling there. There's nothing. The story is that the company is retarded. That's the fucking story. Like bad storytelling, bad booking. They don't present the wrestlers well. Miro, he shows up there looking like Eminem talking about video games. The fuck was that? The guy looked like a monster in WWE. He comes out looking like fucking Krusty the Clown or something. Like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Now he's becoming a bit more serious, but they fucking derailed whatever momentum he had when he came in. Punk, Bryan, these are all men who should be stars, but they've somehow become mid-card guys that don't matter in AEW, and the ratings speak for themselves. CM Punk versus Eddie Kingston, big promo. They get 500,000 viewers. What's the problem? Daniel Bryan, he's fighting on every show. He gets no viewership. The guy just main evented WrestleMania. I gotta say it again. The fuck was he thinking going there? But for the love of God. The man main events WrestleMania, the biggest show of the fucking year. How do you manage to not do fuck all with him? How do you only get 500,000 viewers? With the man who main evented Mania not too long ago. Like, how can you fail this bad? Like, botchy wrestling, terrible production, the most sensitive company ever. Like, Dixie Carter, she did a lot of mistakes. At least she owned up to it. You know what I mean? At least Dixie wasn't so fucking full of herself, you know? She was way more likable than Tony, perfect man Khan. Like, whatever this man does, he tries to justify everything, and all the fucking journalists help him out. It's got into his head. But you can't say anything about this company. Any little criticism, they're gonna fucking go on their goofy comedy show, the Young Bucks, to try to laugh everything off. On commentary, it's constant damage control. Tony Khan, damage control. This company sucks. If it was good, you wouldn't have to do this propaganda game 24/7. You know what I mean? The reason people criticize it is because it's bad. Like, always trying to vilify everybody who has an opinion. What the fuck kind of weirdo cult bullshit is this? You know what I mean? The fans are sick. Like, fucking next level crazy, like, straight up. Bad product, terrible booking and storylines. Once in a while you get an okay promo from an MJF or something. But for the most part, the promos feel like TNA, like low budget. There's no story. It's like they don't know what they're doing. It feels like that. Like TNA except worse. You know? I think that TNA had its in its prime, or fuck, even when Hogan and Bischoff were there. I think that product is better than AEW. WWE Raw is terrible. That's true. It's a horrible show. Not all the time. Sometimes it's okay there, but it's become bad. But that doesn't mean that somehow AEW is good. Like, just look at the product without being a bias weirdo. Like, some indie fans, they're in fucking deep with this shit. They're living the gimmick. They're spending their money on Orange Cassidy t-shirts. These guys are in deep. They have a weird grudge in their heads against McMahon. But normal people, at some point, they're gonna walk away because it's too shitty, and the fans are just too fucking mental. It is what it is. WWE is bad, but it's way fucking better than that shit. It is what it is. Until next time, peace!